Hey, what's up guys? Radku here, back with another Yu-Gi-Oh video, and today is going to be PK Infernoble. Now this deck is super good because the PK engine actually adds a ton of consistency to the deck, because the deck is basically Izolde Turbo. A lot of your combos literally can end just in Izolde, and either it can bait out a hand trap or it can extend your plays super far and get you into some really nice boards even without link cross. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. Starting things off, I played 2 copies of Immortal Phoenix Gearfried. This card's really good because it sets up negation on top of the fact that it synergizes really well with this deck's playstyle of using equip spells. Now, I've been debating bumping this up to 3, but 3 does kind of brick a little bit. Even though this deck is insanely consistent and has so many extenders that it doesn't really matter, the deck is already pushing a little bit with 41 cards, so I figured I'd just leave Gearfried at 2. I played 3 copies of Torn Scales, 2 copies of Silent Boots, 1 copy of Stained Greaves, and 1 copy of Ancient Cloak. So the idea is that Torn Scales literally does everything for the deck, and then Boots is another extender. These 2 cards together can get you, or this card alone gets you to an Izolde, because your combo is you normal summon this, discard 1 to send Ancient Cloak, Cloak Effect Banish, search the Boots, then you get to link these 2 off for Izolde, and then later on you can just banish the Boots, get back the Scales, and then really you could get another extender, or you could get a Fog Blade. So that's just a really basic combo with this deck. I played 3 copies of Space Connector, 1 copy of Aqua Dolphin. This card is also 1 card Izolde. I played 3 copies of Renaud. This card's an insane extender on top of the fact that it can renew your equip spells, which is really good. I played 2 copies of Oliver, so I'm thinking about bumping this up to 3 because of how good it is, but there was one other card I wanted to play. This card's a really good extender, but it does require you to have equips or fire warriors, but literally that's in your entire deck. I played 1 copy of Ogier. This card's kind of a starter. You do kind of need a little bit of setup in order to use Ogier correctly, which is why I only play it at 1, but you can easily bump this up to more, but the proper ratio is 1. I played 1 copy of Astafol. This card's another extender. I don't really need to say anymore. This card's really good. It's a hard once per turn and easily searchable, which is why I only play it at 1, but it's still really, really good. I played 3 copies of Super Quantum Red Layer. This on top of an extender is a Izolde, and it can remove the need for your normal summon. I played 2 copies of Fireflint Lady. This card's also really good. I've been really wanting to bump this card up to 3, but 3 bricks because it's a once per turn. For the engine cards, I play 1 copy of Mecha Phantom Beast Colt Wing, 1 copy of Despot, 1 copy of Genba, 1 copy of Shade Brigandine, and 2 copies of Fogblade. These are mainly for your separate engines in the deck. So for the spells, I play 1 Rhoda, 3 Durandal. These cards are insane. 3 Heritage, 1 Divine Sword, 1 Living Fossil. I really want to bump this up to 2, but like the list is kind of tight right now. If it was a pure Infernoble Knight list, I could probably play it at 2, no problem. But still. And then I played 1 copy of Autonomous Action Unit. I've been thinking about cutting this for DDR, but the list doesn't banish a ton other than with the PK engine, and like just that alone really doesn't make me want to play DDR. But for now, the list is stuck with Autonomous Action Unit. Then, like I said, the traps. So for the extra deck, I play 1 copy of Charles. This card's really good. It can put soft locks on your opponent. I play 1 copy of Captain Roland. There are a few combos with this. I don't really use it a ton. I just prefer the basic combo into a Boral Savage and the Herald. Play one copy of Trishula. We can't make True King of All Calamities in this deck anymore, because I'm not gonna say I miss those days, but now the deck has a lot lower power ceiling. So Trishula is good, but you're not gonna make it a ton. I play one copy of Boral Savage. This is one of your few forms of negation. One copy of Power Tool. This card is really good for extension plays and is the main reason I want to play Living Fossil at 2. I play one copy of Dawn Dragster for negation. One copy of Black Rose, because this thing is really, really good, just being able to destroy everything. Because, really, certain decks can't play around that. Some decks nowadays don't set up any negation and just set up, a beefy board, or set up something, something a lot weaker than, say, a 50 negate board Dragon Link does. So, this card's really good. I play one copy of Herald, because it's Herald, it sets up negation, and you easily summon it during your combos. I played one copy of Final Sigma, because this is just an easy generic rank 12 or level 12 that you can go into, plus it's unaffected by everything. I play one copy of Hecla Fibrax, because it's part of your combo. One copy of Auroradon, also part of your combo. Two copies of Isolde. This card is basically just to bait out hand traps. Considering how many extenders you have, you can easily play through stuff like getting ashed on Isolde. And I play one copy of Access Code and one copy of Unicorn for OTKs. But that is pretty much it for the deck. Let's go into some combos. Okay, so this is probably going to be the only replay because we actually finished the duel. This was in the Pillow King tournament recently. I got top 4. So this was against my Akashi FTK. Yeah, it was not fun. I went first, and I literally normal summoned Connector, and he scooped. Literally, he just had absolutely nothing, so he just scooped. See, it's weird. The deck literally decks you out. It's, scary. Okay, so he used Dark World Dealings. He's really just trying to get to all his cards. Now he has them. Went into that, and then this card is the card that sets up the infinite loops. He's just milling my entire deck at this point. Literally, what he does is he uses Gaki and the monsters for a synchro, and then Soul Absorbing Bone Tower just sends the top 2 cards of the deck. It's insane. But it's not super consistent, so when he pulled this off, since I didn't play any hand traps in this build, and I didn't know what he was playing based off of his list, it came back to bite me. So he just FTK'd me there. So game 2, I basically drew a bunch of bad cards. I did get the discard, but I still had enough to do some crazy stuff. Then I activated Durandal since I didn't control Fire Warrior. Searched the Fire Flint, so I have another extender. Summoned it. Linked both off for an Isolde. Isolde effect. He doesn't really play hand traps. Searched the Gearfried. Dumped 2. Summoned the Genba. Summoned the Renaud. Added back the Living Fossil. See, because I keep messing up the combo because I keep summoning another extender here when I don't need to, and because I'm supposed to actually use that. Summoned the Hulk, used Auroradon, summoned 3, summoned back the OO, went into Power Tool, added a Durandal to hand. Then I used those to synchro into Herald, activate the Living Fossil, summon back the 001, synchroed into a Boral Savage with 2 negates, and then I searched the Fog Blade and passed turn. So I didn't have enough to set up the Gearfried, like I want, or I couldn't set up the gear feed like I wanted, but because of Isolde's effect. But he just can't play through this. He tried to do some stuff, but he didn't really draw into any combo pieces. I just negated both of them, and then he just didn't have anything to do. But that is pretty much it for the deck, or the replay. Let's go into some final thoughts. So all in all, this deck is really, really powerful. The fact that it has so many extenders, such as all of the Infernoble Knight cards, and stuff like Fireflint, really makes this deck have a lot higher power ceiling than most. The deck has a natural ability to play through hand traps, considering how consistent it is in getting to its extenders and starters, and all in all, I think it's a really solid pick. There are a lot of decks with a higher power level, but the thing is that none of them can really adapt as much as Infernoble Knight can. And even though we don't have Smoke Grenade, we still have really good plays that can easily play around what our opponents have, including setting up the Charles Lock, setting up the Boral Savage, and setting up a Herald just like that, and having the Fog Blades for for just a ton more negation. And even though it's not as flashy as the boards used to be, it's still really, really good being able to set up at least 3 to 4 negations. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the video. Please like, subscribe, share, comment, let me know what you thought, and let me know if there's anything you would change about the list. Would you cut out the Phantom Knights, and then, despite the fact that their one card is Isolde's, would you change up the Infernoble lineup? And yeah, that's pretty much it, and I'll see you in the next Yu-Gi-Oh video. Peace, guys.